Hi, I just want to start off by saying that I'm not running for anything.
You want to just tell her about your
Introduce
name.
yourself.
My name's Aaron Aminis. I'm not running for anything. I just wanted to say that back when we had the Super Walmart was the issue of the day, and I was running for city council, there was another issue that was going along at the same time, and that was the 3rd Street Bridge. And there were both Bob Stout and John Dickinson and I were very supportive of doing that. And I apologize to you because if I had been a more effective council person, we would have that bridge. But I wasn't able to overcome, in my 2 years there, while I was learning the job, to overcome the obstacles that we had. And 3 of us were just not enough people to put this project forward. There was a lot of community support for this pedestrian bridge, and I think that you make a mistake if you try to localize the issue too much, because this is an important issue to the entire city. It's important to the character of our city. It's a very key transportation route already, being the key bicycle transportation route. We like to tell people that we're a pedestrian-friendly city. This probably comes the closest to a street that a big street in the city that I'd like to walk on very often. So it's very important there. It's very important to look at the traffic that's a part of this situation that's in the middle of town, and if you go by at the right time, you'll see that we're already pretty well maxed out. I don't think we can handle 5 more cars, let alone the amount that's going to be put on this. One of our council people has mentioned the fact that they wouldn't mind seeing the sidewalks replaced with asphalt. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think you have to build public awareness, and I think you have a lot of good, you have some excellent ammunition. Every city survey that's been done supports you. The community retreat that we had 15 or 20 years ago supports you. The New City initiative that the city spent thousands of dollars on supports you. All those things are ignored because they have study after study after study, and they never tell the people that just like to draw straight lines through stuff that they're right. We keep having the studies, and the community keeps saying that we kind of like the community the way it is, and there are certain things that we like. 3rd Street being the way it is one of them. So you have lots of ammunition to use, and if you have any contact with the people that ran the Super Walmart committee, man, they did a great job. They were on top of this. And part of that is I think you need a lawyer. I don't know that Mike Curley's around, but I would have somebody that was in charge talk with Will Harrington and have him recommend somebody for you. Will was the city attorney for Moscow, has been a city attorney a number of places, and he would, I am sure, would be happy to at least advise you somebody that was friendly and competent to help you. The 3rd thing, and the hardest thing, and the thing you don't want to hear, is that you've got to keep the political option open. The thing that you get is you may not win this battle in the time frame that you have, but if you can delay this project and push it to its beyond the next election, then you can make this an issue in which the entire city is willing to weigh in on. And if you can find 3 good candidates, and we need some young people, people in their early 60s or 50s to step forward and do these jobs. And I mean, we really need it. And so part of what you need to do while you're doing the rest of these things, building this coalition and broadening this coalition, is you have to start to identify 3 people. And I left out one part. If you can identify anybody that's on the city council now that will support you, that's probably one of the most important people you have. Let me just say Bill Belknap, I think, is a fair man, unless he's changed radically since I knew him. So I think you're really fortunate that he's in the position that he's in with the city as this goes, because I don't think he'll do anything that's underhanded legally. But I think you have a lot working for you, and I think you can succeed in this. But I really and truly think that you need to look to the political aspect of this. You need to identify 3 people that are willing to run to make this a community issue, because that's what it is. This is not a narrow 3rd Street issue. This is Moscow. And so I'm going to say they probably need your group because it exists right now, and it's somebody that can at least have, you don't have to spend any time, because time might be of the essence for you now. That doesn't mean that you can't try to work as little as you have to. If there's there are no people willing to pick up the baton, then you might as well stack the chairs and go home and have lunch.
For us, people like me who are a little unclear about what the timeline is facing us, can you say a little more about why it's
Just say that there's an election that a year from now in November, so that if you can, and I was also wanted to say that success is not stopping the bridge. Success is stopping the bridge and putting something here. Because then you have the same kind of twisted logic that they're using now that says it's good because it's $20,000 and it's free. If you can put something there, those people, maybe we can get them to think that you can't tear it out because it costs some money and it's there, right? So that's succeeding, but I don't know that you have the time to rally the people. You've got to stop a process that started. You've got to push for a big community meeting of which there's tons of precedent. We've had community meetings on issues like this. I think that unless they've all been gutted, we have community involvement laws that they should have to follow, even though they're the city. There used to be laws that people would have to follow if they were a private individual developing this, and see if those things will happen, and just see if these people, when their feet are held to the fire, will act like human beings.
how eminent is action? Is the city at a point where they could start building before the next election? Or
You know, Nancy's the one that has this kind of expertise, but I would just say that they've started. Oh, yeah. And as a matter of fact, unless there's something specific that I could say, Nancy's much more knowledgeable on this thing.
Anyway, Aaron, I was under the impression that we had a friend on the council, Jim Bowling.
Then you need to talk
And
to him.
when we were at the city council, he just sat there, stone-faced, didn't say a word, either nay or yay.
I've sat there with my supposed liberal allies doing the same thing. That's the
All right.
real. That's why you need not only to have somebody to run, you need 3 people to run, so you have some chance to do something.
Nancy, can you answer?
I'm not, feel like I'm running. I
should
think Frank's
recognize
running
Joanne.
it.
Okay, Linda,
Joanne had a hand.
Just to bring you up to date on a couple of things, we have been in contact with Jim Boland and also with Catherine Bonzo and with John Weber. And each of those people know what the background is, thanks to the emails that we've had with them. Now, the necessity after the last appearance on July 5th in front of the council for the speak-up time at the beginning of the meeting, we need to be there again tomorrow night, saying it again. Put this on the next agenda, August 1st, have a discussion about moving the bridge off the grant proposal. And if the council is unwilling to do that, the mayor and council do not want to do that, then it's our responsibility to move forward and contact the Federal Department of Transportation and let them know what a lousy idea this is.
When you say bridge, are you talking a car bridge in
Third
this
Street,
case?
the vehicle bridge across Third Street, proposed in a pending grant before the Department of Transportation.
okay, Joanne.
I wanted to say I'm in favor of keeping the corporation, reviving the corporation, because I think it shows our seriousness of purpose. I'm not crazy about the name, but I think Third Street Livability Association or something, because I agree with Aaron, we don't want to say this is just a Third Street problem. It's a problem for the whole community, and I think the council needs to recognize that. So I don't know how to get that in the name. But I did want to say 2 other things. One is that a neighborhood group was able to stop putting ball fields across from the Arboretum. The people in that neighborhood organized, and that's why we have them at Joseph Street instead of a bad place that would have hurt the Arboretum and not benefited the community. And they worked together and they made it happen. The second thing is that when they were, and Nancy will probably back me up, when they were considering the comprehensive plan, I went to 27 different meetings. They held meetings all around in all different neighborhoods. And at each meeting, a majority of people did not want to have a motorized bridge through. And the draft of the comprehensive plan said that. And when it went to city council, they talked about the plan until 11 p.m. And at 11 p.m., Walter Steed made a motion that the comprehensive plan be changed and say that 3rd Street Motor Bridge should go through. Up until that point, it said it should not. And there was maybe 2 or 3 people left at 11 o'clock. But anyway, they weren't taking any more discussion from the audience. And so
What year was this?
Pardon?
The year?
2009, is that right? I don't have.
Yeah, I think that's, I think so.
I think it was
That's right, yeah.
2009. But I have that in my notes because I wrote a letter to the editor afterwards complaining about it. So at 11 o'clock, Walter made the motion that it be reversed and changed, and it passed. And I don't remember whether it was unanimous or not. But that's why the comprehensive plan that they keep holding up says that a motorized bridge should go through. It was not the will of the people. It was the will of a majority of the council members. And I was reading the multi-motor that they're basing all this on. Well, first of all, it expects 2,300 cars to go across that bridge every day by 1935. That means 2,300 cars are going to go by Blaine Street, where Lena Whitmore is located. 2,300 cars are going to go by here. And the other thing it says is that they need to have traffic calming devices on 3rd Street agreed upon by neighborhood meetings, and there's nothing about that in their blessed grant. So I don't know if that's a way to stop the grant, but I just think it upset me to see that. And I think Nancy probably has more particulars, but I hope we will continue the association. It's already formed, the work is done. It's just one more way of showing that there are people behind this. And I have a lot of neighbors who couldn't be here today, but they said they're willing to help, sign and talk at city council. That's it.